Alright guys, this one is a mama cat that was apparently dropped off. She was pretty pregnant and she's super tame, really nice. She couldn't have been a feral that was just wandering. So I picked her up. She was at one of my feeding locations one day, just out of the blue. Got her to the clinic. She got her spay neuter and everything. And she's so sweet, I just couldn't drop her off. And I figured somebody just dumped her. So I took her home and she's been wonderful. She's been here for a week or two. And she's so good. She don't make a peep or cause no problems. So I'm just letting her sit here and enjoy the guest room. And I might see if anyone wants to adopt her, but probably unlikely because I did get her ear tipped. So she's a little bit older. She's maybe over a year old. And here comes little Winter. Winter is the one I caught just out over here by the church by my house. And the mama and her two siblings are still there. Can't catch them, but this one, he's just a good boy. He's my buddy. Little Winter. He's set to get his spay neuter on in 3 weeks, or it's about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, and he's gonna go up for adoption. He should be easy to find a home for. And I put him on Craigslist with some of the other ones, saying you could reserve him. Because I don't like to adopt them out until they get spay neutered and everything. They'll get a microchip. And he's just been the sweetest little kitty. So, Mama's in here. We also got, I moved that other little white feral cat in here. He kind of looks like Winter's brother, but he's from a different location. He's gonna hiss at me here. Watch this. Hey, Bubba. Hi, little Bubba. How you doing? Oh, the good boy. He's a good boy. Once I get my hand in there, he lets me pet him. He don't like you to get into his little cave there. So the other one that I caught is a feral that was over there by one of my colonies. He's got a few brothers and sisters, and I've been seeing them for months. He's hiding down there. He's a little black and white one. I don't want to disturb him because he's really feral. And I forgot that the clinic was closed this Tuesday, so he's gonna have to stay with me for like 10 days or so more. Okay, we got Ben here. Ben was just a little kitten that I rescued, and he got adopted, and the lady that adopted him decided after like 6 months of having him that she thought he might have peed on something, and she wasn't sure who it was, but so he came back, and Ben is just a sweetheart. He actually she was letting him go outside at night, so I let him come in and out when he decides he wants to go out, but he likes being in here. And he jumps on the bed, and he's just a fun little kitty. He's no problems. He don't pee. He don't pee nowhere. He's a good boy. So we got Ben up for adoption. Let's see, who else do we got? There's Scarface. He's just a permanent resident. He's a big boy. Are you my big boy? He's a big old boy. He don't cause no problems. We have Biggs, and Biggs is getting a little belly on him, and he's getting big. He's a big boy. Yes, he's a big boy. And he's been advertised for adoption. I've had a lot of interest in him, but nobody passed the test of not being a weirdo. So we have, is this Mika? Hi, Mika. Mika, she was real feral at one point, but she really calmed down, and she's a little lover. Is that Mika? Let me see. Yeah, it's Mika. She's a sweetheart, little Mika. Look how friendly she is. There's Lenny. Hi, Lenny. Lenny's such a good boy. He can be a little bit grumpy at the other cats. Oh, who we got here? Is this Jake? Hi, buddy. It's okay. I don't hurt you. He's still a little bit feral. Let me pet ya. Yeah, he puts his ears back. He said, I'm still scared. I was too feral. I don't know if he's very adoptable. I haven't listed him online or anything because he's still a little bit shy. Who else do we got out here? Oh, there's Pepper. Now Pepper, oh, there's Tom. See, you can see over there, Tom just walked by. And Tom got out. And he's been living outside ever since. He's more of a feral. And here's Pepper. Pepper's so shy. She hides all the time. Hi, Pepper. How you doing, baby? I pet you. Yeah, I want you to be happy. She just likes being all by herself. She's a good girl, though, see? She don't mind to be to touch her. I don't have her listed for adoption as well because I don't know who's going to want a cat that's so shy. In here we have the two kittens. And one is ear-tipped. There's Ben. One's ear-tipped and spay-neutered, and the other is not. So they kind of hide out in here. Where are they? Oh, there's one. Hi, little buddy. He's kind of a feral. Hi. He's the one that's ear-tipped. And he was found right here in my yard. He just walked in and I trapped him. Hi, little buddy. How you doing? Can I touch you? No, he don't want to touch. He said no touches. Alright. And the other one is also pretty feral. And he's been I had him inside, but he pooped everywhere, so he won't use the litter box. And even putting him back in here, he doesn't like to use it, so out here is the best place for him. I think I might take this one in. I don't know. He seems more suited to be out. I don't know how long I'm going to keep him, but I'm going to keep working with him, see if I can keep handling him. Eventually they'll get tame, but it takes, 6 months on these kind of cats to get them tame a lot of times. Alright, those are them. Oh yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention was I got my new company logo. And yeah, I got it all gussied up with some door magnets on my car. So that's kind of cool looking, right? Bam. I mean, it's better than nothing. Alright, so the other cats, oh, there's Ben. I think Starlight is out here too. I've been letting Starlight go out, which is Big's brother. So, okay, that's all the cats for now. I forgot to mention, is this Skeet? Is that you, buddy? Yeah, that's Skeet. Now, Skeet came back to me. He was adopted to a lady. She had a couple other cats. And she had him for about 6 months, seems like. Yeah. And then she calls me up the other day in the middle of the night, letting me know she has to give him back to me because he play attacks her other cats. And I've seen him do that to some of the cats around here. He's not hurting anything. He's just full of youth. Cats do that. That's just how they play. Well, I guess some people have to have their original cats, all princess. They can't be ruffled or anything like that. So she had me drive out there to her house to get this cat. It was like 100 miles. It's like a 200-mile round trip in the pouring rain to get this cat. Right? And then she calls me back, or she texts me the other day saying, "Oh, I miss him, and how's he doing?" and blah, blah. Like, don't pretend like you care about him now after you just gave him back. Like, you don't get to just... His name is John. Now, on first glance, it looks like he has some kind of skin condition. Come here, Bubba. You wouldn't know it, but he is one of the most friendly cats I have. He loves to come in and lay down on me. Because he's a good boy. Yeah, he's a little good boy. That is actually just lighter colored hair. And for some reason it's thinner where it's lighter colored. But that's a genetic trait of his, and it's not a skin condition. I thought it was at first, but I've had him for 8 months now, and I've really examined this, and that's what I've come to the conclusion is that's just how he looks. And I know it's probably not going to be very adoptable because people are like going to be like, "Yeah, right, buddy, sure, you'll just say anything." But no, whoever doesn't get him is missing out. So John, he was adopted as well, and this was probably about 5-6 months ago when he was just a kitten, and she took him home, and I kind of just got a weird vibe from her. And then the next day she called me and was like, "I have to give him back because I guess he cried in the night, being in a new environment." So, I have to really, that's 3 cats here that I've had adopted and had to take back. And I really need to get, or have been getting, more picky about who I let take cats, because that's the last thing I want, is to rescue a cat and then have them in the hands of someone who's unreliable or just wishy-washy, doesn't have the full commitment. Of course, a brand new cat is going to cry during the night sometimes. I take cats in and work with them for months and months and months until they're, really where people think a cat is supposed to be, how a cat's supposed to be, friendly and trusting and gone through whatever issues that it might have had. And cats change, they mellow out, they learn not to do things wrong. They have little spats. They pee on things occasionally, or poop outside the litter box, or throw up, or whatever, That's part of the process of owning a cat. So I'm really, from now on in, making sure if I even get the slightest hint of a weird vibe, I'll just make up an excuse and be like, "Oh, sorry," whatever. And people get really mad, they act like you're judging them and all this stuff. But I didn't go through months and months of caring for these cats and making sure they're fed and healthy and clean with litter boxes and every other thing, just to hand them over to somebody who's neglectful or not prepared to have a cat. And I've had people come back and haunt me and email me and text message me and tell me all kinds of nasty things because I turned them down. And it's not easy, especially on Craigslist. That's where a lot of weirdos come from. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. If anyone's interested in a cat and they are a solid person, with financially stable and mature and knows what they're doing, yeah, I'd definitely be interested in adopting. But if you are living in a motel and your internet profile comes up on Google with a bunch of mug shots, and you have evictions, or you just started a part-time job and you're living, I don't know. I have to look at everything and make the decision. I've had so many different reasons for turning people down. One girl was going in the carnival. She was gonna have her cat live with her in a traveling carnival and let him run around in a busy carnival. No, that's not a life for a cat. That's a way for a kitty to get lost. So anyway, I'm just rambling now. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.